It's not wrong.
Calling every man with a generation we can't afford. The future started yesterday. We're already late. We've been looking for a song to sing.
Welcome back, people. It is time for another scoop of This Week Politics. And this week with me, I have my man and the enemy with me, my man Michael Jenkins, aka Jenkins.
How's it going, John?
It's going good. Well, he really not the man to me, but he brought me to say that I feel dirty.
Yeah, don't worry about it, John. Just tell a bunch of lies and put the blame on someone else, just like Nixon did.
Just like Nixon. You know, that just might work. You might be right, but let's get into this week of topics. Now, it might be a little early to say it, but I think President Obama is going to run for a second term. He had almost got all of his bills signed and still have a long way to go. So is this a new nation that the conservatives said we are headed to might last?
Well, John, let me get serious here.
Yeah, please, please.
There's no doubt Obama's going to try for a second term. That's what always presidents do, you know, unless they mess up really bad, which Obama hasn't done, I don't think. Well, depending on who you ask. Glenn Beck would throw a fit, but...
Yeah, Glenn Beck would watch Limbaugh. Sarah Palin.
Republicans.
Yeah.
He's definitely running for a second term. It's going to be a challenge, though. You know, with everything that's going on with the Democrats last election, they lost really big. They lost the entire majority in the House.
The House.
They still have the Senate.
They
still have the majority in the Senate, but just a small majority. But a lot of conservatives are saying that he might actually win his second term. Interesting thing about Obama, his approval ratings have never dropped below 40%.
Wow.
No matter what disaster we've been through, the BP incident, everything, it's always been above 40%, which is huge if you consider, you know, Bush went down to like
32. Oh.
Well, not two,
but
not
two though.
I think it was like 15%, 17% at the slowest. So Obama's been doing really good.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good. Now, well, the U.S. has a no-fly zone over Libya. And I read today that President Obama is about to send the U.S. military into Libya to fight another war. So this is the third world war that we have fought while he had been president. So I wonder, where is all the funding going to? And if we are paying higher prices for gas, why are we paying so much if we only get 3% of our oil from Libya?
Well, that's the first part of the question about, you know, us going to war with, there was quotations, I don't think you saw that. But to answer your question about that, right now we're having a no-fly zone with Libya. The UN made an agreement, and Britain, France, a bunch of other countries, including us, have decided to take out Gaddafi's air force from, keep them from bombing the rebels.
Everybody,
to do that, though, we needed to get rid of some anti-aircraft bases that Gaddafi had. So the U.S. Launched some Tomahawk cruise missiles onto Libya, and anytime you launch missiles at a country, that's pretty much declaring war. I mean, I don't see, how can you see that any other way?
I don't.
Accident? Push the wrong button?
Oh, I'm sorry, we just trying to practice.
But interesting thing, when you get into talking about the oil, like you said, we only get 3% of our oil from Libya. I think we have a graph, do we?
You know, we might, but not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe eventually we'll have a graph, or maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
But anyways, remember back in the summer, we had that whole BP Gulf spill, oh no, you were killing all the oysters and
The fish,
yeah,
everything down there. We can't
Ducks.
go swimming no more. We can't survive. A million people lost their jobs.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Well, when that happened, Obama said, you know what, we're going to stop drilling for just a few months to reevaluate, our safety rules and regulations, and then we'll get back to drilling.
Okay.
We ain't got back to drilling.
Oh, we're not drilling no more?
The last that I heard of any new drilling is some talks Obama did with an oil company in Brazil.
Wow.
Actually, a Brazilian company will be drilling oil in the Gulf of Mexico for us,
Man.
and we're going to buy it from them.
Okay, why are we gonna buy oil from somebody else
When
we
it's
could
in
do
our
it
own
ourselves?
country.
In our own land?
John, I don't know that, but I do know, and this may be completely unrelated, but Brazil just became the 4th biggest shareholder of our debt. So we probably owe $1 trillion or $2 to them. I think that could have some influence on Obama's decision. Might not.
Might not.
Maybe completely unrelated, but.
I mean, hey, if we gonna buy oil from Brazil to pay off our debt, why not just buy oil from Japan and China? I mean, we owe them the biggest part.
Yeah, we owe China probably half of what we have. Japan can't really process oil right now.
They can't. Right.
Their oil refinery kind of exploded during the earthquake and tsunami, which actually made it so where they aren't able to process any oil, so they aren't demanding any oil. So it's actually brought the price of oil down.
Wow.
So technically, gas should be a little cheaper, but it's not. I don't know really why.
I mean, hey, I just paid $56 to fill up my truck.
What do you drive, an Escalade? Like Hummer?
No, I drive a 1998 Chevrolet Blazer.
Like that's
That
like
is my
a
baby.
car.
No, that truck.
A truck?
Yeah, that's a truck.
But it still costs you 50.
$56.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, now, I got a bike at my house, but I drive 40 miles to work and 40 miles back. That 80 miles a day. And if I took my bike to work, if I left the house at 9 o'clock p.m., I would get to work on time. Because it would take me about 4 hours to ride to Nashville.
Depends on what type of bike you have.
Man, you're probably right. Well, people, I need to get online and start putting some applications in. So stay tuned for more of the Southern Diplomat.